What's up, guys? So, I have a question for you. How self-aware are you? How well do you know yourself? Do you know what you're good at when you're bad at? Do you know what is easy for you and what you struggle with? And not just like, I'm good at cooking, I can bake a really nice chocolate cake. It's lovely. But do you know when you're learning, what are the things that you struggle to learn? What are the things that just come naturally to you, right? That you pick up really fast, right? What are the sort of the psychological things that you're really good at or that you're not so good at, that you still have very much to learn at, right? How self-aware are you? How well do you know these things about yourself? You know why this matters? Because so many people are giving you advice all the time. Me too, I'm a coach. I give people advice for a living. But there's so much advice out there in the world, and there's conflicting advice. Some people say do this, other people say do that. It's conflicting advice. Some of this advice is going to be good for you. The other advice may be not so good for you. So how do you know which advice to take, right? The answer to this question also will explain why it's valuable to have a coach. But let me tell you, use an example to show this to you, right? So let's say you're a freelancer, you create websites for people, right? And you have a lot of people who want to work with you. That's great, that's good, right? But there's some people that work with you that are going to treat you very poorly, and you know this. Someone says, yeah, I'll pay you $1,800 to make a website for me, right? But you've worked with this person before, or you just know their type just based on the email that they're sending you, or you've heard about them from a friend, and you know that they're going to boss you around, they're going to micromanage you, they're going to challenge every decision that you make, even though you're the expert and they're not, right? And now, what should you do? Should you work with this person or should you not work with this person? It's easy for me to say you shouldn't, right? It's good. It'd be good for you not to work with this person because it'd be better for your health. But what if you have no money right now, right? Then maybe you should, right? Or maybe you're not sure this sort of person that this is good for you to work with, right? In the example that I name, I say, okay, you have an inkling that this is not the right person to work with, but what if you kind of suspect it's not the right person to work with? That it's going to make you feel bad to work with this person, but you're not really sure. Well, maybe in that case, it'd be better for you to experiment a little bit, give it a shot, and learn from doing, because often it's really hard to figure this stuff out just by thinking about it. Same thing if you want to date people, right? For some people, they don't know what sort of person they want to date, so I would say just go on as many dates as possible, right? Within reason, to learn what sort of people you like to meet and what sort of people you don't like to meet. That'd be great. But for other people, you might be dealing with a lot of psychological stuff. You might be feeling really bad about yourself, right? Your sense of self-worth is not so good. And if you go on dates with people, maybe that'll only trigger those things. So then it might be better to work on those things first with someone who's qualified to do that, right? So which advice applies to you is really hard to tell. And this is why self-awareness is so important. This is why it's so important that you know what do you need? What do you need help with? And how do you get this self-awareness? Number one thing that I recommend that you do is meditate. Meditate every day. Doesn't matter if you meditate for 1 minute every day, but seriously, take a little bit of time out for yourself every day to just pay attention to what's going on in your head and in your body. And if you do that consistently over time, not days or weeks, but months and years, you'll learn to get to know yourself much better. You'll have much more self-awareness, and then you'll know what you need help with, and therefore you'll know who to approach for that help. So, self-awareness is important. If you don't have a lot of it right now, go get it. Or even if you think you're doing a pretty good job, you can probably always get to know yourself a little bit better. I recommend that you meditate to do this. Let me know if you need my help in doing that. I'd be happy to be your accountability partner to get you to meditate. And yeah, go for it.